Was I wrong for how I moved at this girl's birthday dinner? So I get invited via my homegirl to go to this girl's dinner. I don't know her like that. I think I met her once through my homegirl a while ago. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go because you're inviting me. So I go, I get the girl a little gift or whatever. When I pull up, the first thing I realize is, first of all, everybody's on time. And second of all, a lot of people showed up for this girl's birthday dinner. It was over 12 people. Probably over 15. I've never seen this many people at a birthday dinner at a restaurant in my life. As the night's going, people are buying their drinks and things like that. But what I started noticing is people's orders. I'm a very observant person. So I started noticing people's orders. And they was ordering 2 and 3 appetizers, 3 and 4 drinks, the best, biggest T-bone steaks with the gold on it, and this, and truffle fries, and this, and this. Everybody was doing their thing. Steaks. So something, I don't know what it was, at a certain point of the night after, people was, finishing up their plates and ordering their last drinks and stuff like that, I had to go to the bathroom, but something hit me on my way to the bathroom, like, just stop and pay for your meal. Just stop by the bar, pay for your meal, tip out, do that. That's what I did. So by the time I go to the bathroom, pay for my bill, tip out and stuff like that, the waiter is coming around to the table wanting to know how we're going to do the bill, because the bill can only get split 2 ways. And he made that very clear. The bill can only get split 2 ways. So the girl looks down at the other end of the table where we're sitting, and she says, oh, well, 2 of the guests, they can put it on their card and everybody can cash app them and they can deal with the bill because I'm not worried about that. I'm the birthday girl. I heard it, but everybody around at the table act like they didn't. And I was completely not worried because, again, my bill is paid for, tipped and everything. I'm just kind of waiting on my homegirl. So after time has gone past, nobody's putting up the card. Nobody even touched the check, right? So finally, a dude that was there, he opened it being funny, and it was over $3,500. That's how much the bill was. It was over $3,500. When he said that, I just busted out laughing. I don't know why I find it to be so funny. I think it's because I knew it was about to be a show. So the person comes back around and notices that nobody's touching the bill, and it's like, hey, what are we doing about the bill? So she looks down towards our end again, which I don't know why she kept looking down towards our end. So finally she's like, all right, well, who's gonna put down on the bill? So I don't say nothing. My homegirl, she don't say nothing. And then so finally another girl in the group was like, well, my homegirl, well, can we put it on your card and everybody just pay you back? My homegirl, she say no. Like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. Da, 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 da. So things are starting to get heated now. There's a back and forth going between the restaurant, who's going to be paying, things like that. A lot of people are getting frustrated. Things are getting heated. So what do? I say, I'm going to excuse myself. Because first of all, I'm not about to be sitting in a food restaurant public setting and embarrass myself. My bill came up to $100, and I'll never forget, it was $115 without tip, right? So I was like, I'm going to excuse myself. Get up, leave, call the Uber and all. My homegirl, because this is her friend, so she's staying trying to figure things out and stuff like that, arguing things like that with people. I'm not doing that. So I excuse myself and I leave because y'all need to figure this out. As I'm getting up to leave, well, what are you doing? Well, how are you leaving? You need to help pay for this bill, things like that. The waiter, before I could even say that, the waiter's like, his bill's already taken care of. He took, he paid his bill and tipped out almost 45 minutes ago. Everybody's shocked, looking like, I'm hitting the door by now. I'm gone. I'm out. I get by the time I get home, about an hour, I would say later, I get a long text message from my homegirl. I think that it was real rude what you did at my homegirl's birthday dinner. I don't know where that type of etiquette came from. Da, 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 da. I texted her back a simple IDC.
Okay, so here's the deal. The bill, I think he said, was $3,500. Yeah, there were, a number of people there, but he indicated it wasn't just, I guess, the number of people, but they were all ordering T-bone steaks with gold on it. Now, I know people, when they're trying to really jazz up food, they put on actually real gold on stuff. But look, at least two things. If you go out to dinner and you're in a group, you need to get it straight, even before you start ordering, how the pay is going to be handled, how the bill is going to be handled. Get that straight, maybe even before you show up on site at one of these dinners like this, you get that straight. Number two, whatever you order, you need to be prepared to pay the full amount plus tax plus tip of whatever you order. That's not right that you're going to order T-bone steak with gold on it, order hundreds of dollars worth of stuff, and then talk about split the check when this gentleman, his bill was like just a little over $100, where if you're ordering multiple hors d'oeuvres, and of course I don't drink alcohol, but some of them alcoholic drinks they were ordering, I imagine, were expensive, plus multiple hors d'oeuvres, and you're getting, sounds like hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. Then you're going to split the check when somebody else ordered much, much less. You need to be prepared to pay for everything you ordered, plus tax, plus tip. Otherwise, he indicated they were there at least 40, 45 minutes arguing after the bill, or discussing after the bill came. That's embarrassing. And so be careful with these group things, especially if it's not a group where you know everybody very well and you know their habits. But even if it is, get it straight ahead of time how the bill is going to be taken care of. Even then there can be shenanigans, but at least you've done your due diligence. All right, that's it for this bit of wisdom.